You ever have one of those Saturdays where you think you're just crossing something off your honey-do list, and by sunset you're standing in your backyard, facing down the cops, an angry HOA enforcer, and half your neighbors who can't decide if you're a criminal or a hero? Yeah, that happened to me, Calvin Brewster, 44, father of two, Round Rock, Texas, just a regular guy trying to get his backyard back. And I swear I wasn't looking for a fight. But sometimes the fight finds you, you know what I mean? It started simple enough. 4 years, we had this big above-ground pool dominating the yard. Back when the kids were small, it was awesome. Summer meant cannonballs and squealing and chasing the dog around the pool, water sloshing over the edge. But the kids got older. The liner kept springing leaks, the filter died, and every year it became more chore than joy. So on this blazing Saturday, I finally said, "That's it. We're taking it down." My boy MJ Marcus Jaden tagged along, half excited, half dreading the work. Texas sun already pressing down, sweat popping before you even get the tools out. But I like that kind of work. Makes you feel like you're making progress with your own hands. MJ grumbled about how much work it'd be to do it all by hand, and I just told him, "Son, sweat equity never hurt anybody." So we set to work, me with my old socket wrench, MJ hauling panels across the yard, Chermy wife calling out from the kitchen with lemonade, warning us to pace ourselves. There's something about a family working together, even if it's messy, makes you feel like you're doing something right. But pride, it turns out, doesn't just draw satisfaction, it draws attention. And if you've ever lived under an HOA, you know exactly what I mean. 2 houses down, through those weird fake wood blinds, Patricia Norwood was already watching. I didn't see her at first, was too busy with the pool walls, arms straining, MJ laughing when a bolt snapped and nearly sent me on my butt. That's when Patricia made her move. Mid-50s, always in khakis, polo shirts starched so hard you could slice cheese with them, and that clipboard she acts like it's a badge. The type who counts street-parked cars, writes down license plates, leaves notes on your garbage cans if you're 5 minutes late hauling them in. So, before I can even finish one lap around the pool, she's striding over, shows crunching gravel, already shouting, "Mr. Brewster, you do realize you're in violation of HOA rules, don't you?" Right then, I knew this wasn't just about a pool. I mean, who gets in trouble for removing an eyesore? I tell her, steady as I can, "This is my pool, my yard. I put it up, I'll take it down. What's the problem?" She jabs that pen like a gavel, says any structural modification needs board approval, even the removal of a pool. You can't make this stuff up. Sharon comes out, towel in hand, tells her I'm just cleaning up, not hurting anyone. But Patricia, she's not blinking. To her, rules aren't guidelines, theory gospel. So I say, "Ma'am, I'm finishing this today. If you have a problem, take it up with someone else." But Patricia isn't leaving. She's rooted in the grass, pen tapping, eyes drilling holes in me. I try to ignore her, hoping she'll go away if I just keep working, but you can't ignore a wasp circling your head. She keeps at it, telling me I'm breaching Article 12, threatening to escalate. I laugh, maybe too loudly. "How you gonna escalate? Call the HOA president on a Saturday." She doesn't miss a beat. "No, Mr. Brewster. I'll call the police." Now that stings. Sharon, bless her, tries to reason. The police? For what? He's not breaking any law. Patricia's reddish got her script. Disturbing the peace, violating ordinances, both legitimate concerns. It's so ridiculous. I almost want to applaud her commitment to the bit. She calls, right there in my backyard, with the whole neighborhood practically within earshot. MJ mutters, "Dad, she's really doing it." I don't stop. If I back down, she wins. But I can feel the air change, the tension, the anxiety. Even the birds seem quieter. Neighbors start peeking out, curtains shifting. A couple doors creak open. People love drama, especially when it's free and happening right across the street. Took maybe 15 minutes, but then the squad cars show up, lights flashing, sirens mercifully off. 2 officers, Landry and Ramirez. Professional, not looking for a fight, but their very presence tilts the balance. Patricia practically runs to them, clipboard out. "Officers, Mr. Brewster is engaging in unauthorized construction, ignoring HOA orders, being confrontational, The works. I step forward, sweating through my shirt, but calm. I'm not breaking any laws. Pool's mine, yard's mine. Taking it down no more, no less. They listen. They walk the yard. Look at the mess, rusty panels, bolts everywhere. MJ awkwardly hovering by the porch. Ramirez asks Patricia what law exactly has been broken. She falters, well, it's not a state law, but HOA bylaws. He shrugs. Looks at Landry. Landry asks if I signed the HOA agreement. Of course I did, but that doesn't mean they own my weekends. Sharon steps in here, voice steadier than mine. Officer, you can see what's happening. He's not threatening anyone, just cleaning up. Patricia snaps, this is harassment. But honestly, she just sounds shrill. I point out the pool's been junk for years. The liner's torn. The pump's dead. It's more danger than decor at this point. Patricia's having none of it, keeps waving that clipboard like it's Excalibur. Landry finally says, we're not here to argue HOA politics. Just need to know if a crime's been committed. Ramirez chimes in, all I see is a homeowner taking down his pool. That's not a criminal offense. Patricia doubles down, claiming my hostility is disturbing the peace. But nobody's buying it. Neighbors start filtering out, some taking Patricia's side, others rolling their eyes. And then comes the real twist. Me neighbor Arthur, old guy across the street, pipes up. Pool's been falling apart for years, looks better coming down than rusting out. Patricia snaps at him. Arthur, this isn't about opinions, it's about order. But Arthur isn't done. Order's fine, Patricia, but common sense counts too. Suddenly, the crowd is in on it, some siding with her, some with me, and some just there for the show. You could feel the neighborhood split, some whispering about rules, others about freedom. A couple teenagers snickering. Maya Lynn from the corner house chiming in. Honestly, Patricia, you're making it worse. If it's a problem, send a letter. Don't drag the cops out here. Patricia fires back. Do you want property values to tank? But Maya's not having it. Values drop when a place feels hostile and controlling. Landry and Ramirez look at each other, probably wishing they'd pulled a different call. Finally, Landry speaks up. This isn't a police matter. If you want to file a civil complaint, that's between you and your HOA. Patricia's face turns red, her authority slipping in front of everyone. Arthur grins. Good luck getting that fine enforced. Patricia threatens violations, but even her tone's uncertain now. Sharon squeezes my arm, whispers. She's lost the neighborhood. The officers leave. Neighbors drift back inside. But the energy's changed. I feel the weight of it all, that anxiety, the embarrassment, even fear, fear, that maybe this whole thing is about more than a pool. Sharon comes out, kneels beside me, tells me to breathe, that everyone saw through Patricia's act, even MJ, who admits he was scared they'd take me away. Don't let her win, Dad, he says, and I realize this is what matters, not the pool, but what I show my son about standing your ground. By sunset, the pool's flat, a twisted heap of rust and vinyl, but our backyard looks wide open. And here's the surprise. Arthur wanders over, offers to help haul the junk to the curb. Maya Lynn brings lemonade. One by one, other neighbors show up, not to fight, but just to stand together. Patricia's blinds twitch, but she doesn't come out. She does, though, right at the end. Clipboard in hand, announcing for all to hear, the board will be issuing a violation notice. I tell her straight, do what you need to do, but I won't be bullied on my own property. Arthur claps slow, sarcastic, others nod. Patricia retreats, defeated, at least for now. Sharon wraps her arm around me. MJ standing taller, pride flickering in his eyes. That night, I can't sleep, just sit at the kitchen table, replaying it all. Sharon reminds me, he saw you hold your ground. That's what matters. And she's right. Next morning, Arthur leans over the fence, tells me Patricia's sent a dozen emails to the board. She's relentless, he grins. But folks saw her for what she is. Later, MJ asks if standing up means you win right away. I tell him, no, son, standing up means you don't lose yourself. That's the real win. By evening, the yard's bare, but full of promise. The fight with Patricia and the board isn't over there'll be hearings, threats, maybe even fines. But the neighborhood's different now. The fear's cracked, replaced by something stronger: respect, resilience, even a hint of community. Funny how sometimes all it takes to break the spell is for one person to say, enough. So here's my question for you: was I right to stand my ground? Or was Patricia right to defend the rules? Where's the line between community and control? Drop your thoughts below. Tell me if you've ever faced down an HOA, or if you think I should have just let it go. Let's hear it. HOA's side are you really on?